White Gorse talking, said he would ride on the wind and tide. Hey, children, stop still and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that he was the son of man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah stopped. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's oh no.
Bet I make your heart stop. My clip and shoot out 50 shots. And when I shoot, I never stop. We on the block, we keep it block. If a nigga move, hollow tips at your fucking top.
Welcome back to Calculated Confusion Exposed. Today we are going to be exposing the hip-hop industry. Many people look at hip-hop today as black culture, and that couldn't be further from the truth. This culture was manufactured and pushed on us. Hip-hop has been weaponized. All celebrities in hip-hop are oddly all signed to 3 major companies: the Universal Music Group, Sony Entertainment and Warner Music. They break down the labels into smaller chapters to make it appear as if the artists have power. But this will be further explained later. I'm going to start off with a pretty common interview by Crazy Bones of Bones Thugs and Harmony that will properly set the tone. He speaks on his rap career and a meeting that he had with several record labels.
The letter is the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell the story.
We gonna tell the story. We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not playing.
Look, that black van.
So look, so he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Crazy.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign the confidentiality agreement, preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now I'm finna get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, G.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistol. No, sweat.
For real, though.
Quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry, which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement.
Damn.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates.
Mm-hmm.
The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons.
Mm-hmm.
It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employees had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons.
Between 1970 and 2005, the US's prison population grew by a massive 700%, far outpacing both population growth and crime rates. Today, it's got to the stage where America is home to 5% of the world's population, but a quarter of the world's prisoners. And not only does America have the highest imprisonment rates of any country in the entire world, but it also has the highest rate of youth incarceration. Over 130,000 juveniles are detained in the US every year, and on any given day, there are more than 70,000 youths in detention. But the biggest winners of this mass incarceration haven't been the American public, but the private prison companies who are making giant profits out of people being in jail. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, in 2010, the two largest prison companies alone received nearly $3 billion in revenue, while their top executives each received annual compensation packages worth more than $3 million. Private prisons didn't really exist before the early 1980s, when US states and the federal governments needed a solution to the overcrowding in public prisons. But between 1990 and 2009, the number of people in private prisons increased by a massive 1,600%. And the business model of these private prison companies essentially depends on locking more and more people up. The biggest of the US's private prison companies is the Corrections Corporation of America, otherwise known as the CCA. In its 2010 annual report to shareholders, the CCA stated, "The demand for our facilities and services could be adversely affected by the relaxation of enforcement efforts, leniency in conviction or parole standards and sentencing practices, or through the decriminalisation of certain activities that are currently proscribed by our criminal laws." The CCA seems to be particularly concerned about the decriminalisation of drug use and any potential changes to immigration laws. For instance, any changes with respect to drugs and controlled substances or illegal immigration could affect the number of persons arrested, convicted and sentenced, thereby potentially reducing demand for correctional facilities to house them. Because of these concerns, private prison companies spend a lot of money on lobbying politicians. According to analysis by the Associated Press, between 2002 and 2012, the CCA, along with the US's second and third largest private prison companies, GEO Group INC and Management and Training Corporation, otherwise known as MTC, spent around $45 million on lobbying state and federal governments between them. And in addition to lobbying, these three companies also pour hundreds of thousands of dollars every year into the election campaigns of governors, state legislators and judges. And a report by the National Institute on Money and State Politics revealed that between 2003 and 2011, the CCA alone hired 199 lobbyists in 32 states, while GEO hired 72 lobbyists in 17 states.
Ever wonder why you see the same stereotypes of black and brown people depicted in hip-hop music? What if I told you that some of the biggest music companies are in cahoots with private prison owners, and that the rap music we listen to is not only meant to entertain, but to verbally and visually support criminal behaviors that funnel disenfranchised people into these private prisons? Lastly, what if I told you I have proof? In 2012, CoreCivic, formerly known as Corrections Corporation of America, the biggest name in the private prison industry, contacted 48 states offering to buy their prisons. One requirement of eligibility for the deal was particularly strange: an assurance by the agency partner that the agency has sufficient inmate population to maintain a minimum 90% occupancy rate over the term of the contract. Wait, track it? What? What kind of legal and ethical measures could be taken to ensure the maintenance of a 90% prison occupancy rate? Now let's work together to connect these things. I'm sure you're a smart person. It won't be long. Let's do the work. In 2012, a mere 232 media executives were responsible for the intake of 277 million Americans, controlling all avenues necessary to manufacture any celebrity and spark any trend. Time Warner, as the owner of Warner Brothers Records, can not only sign an artist, but since they're also owners of Entertainment Weekly, they can also put an artist on the cover by next week. You think you choose what you listen to, but do you? Both BET and MTV belong to Viacom. Okay, now I know that's not news to some, but when the use of these media conglomerates is cross-checked with ownership of the biggest names in prison privatization, it's starting to get a little fishy. The largest holder in CoreCivic, formerly Corrections Corp of America, is Vanguard Group Incorporated. Vanguard is the #1 largest holder in both Viacom and Time Warner. Vanguard is also the largest holder in the GEO Group, the second largest owner of private prisons in the US. The overlap in private prison / mass media ownership is disturbing. Let's make this clear. The people who own the media are the same people who own private prisons, the exact same people. They make money from getting so-and-so from the hood to glorify the life they live, and they don't care about the impact it has on others because money is the motive. Then when the music influences others in criminal behavior, they make money from all the impressionable low-income people of color that are expected to go inside their private prisons. You can research these companies yourself, by the way. It's not hidden.
Prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. My daze was interrupted when someone shouted, "Is this a fucking joke?" At this point, things became chaotic.
Right.
Two of the men who were part of the unfamiliar group grabbed the man who shouted and attempted to remove him from the house. A few of us, myself included, tried to intervene. One of them pulled out a gun, and we all backed off. They separated us from the crowd, and all 4 of us was escorted outside. My industry colleague, who opened up the meeting earlier, hurried out to meet us and reminded us that we had signed an agreement and would suffer the consequences of speaking out about this publicly, or even those who attended the meeting.
Damn.
I asked him, why was he involved with something so corrupt? And he replied, it's bigger than the music business and nothing we can do. And, no, it's bigger than the music business and nothing we want to challenge without risking consequences. We all protested as we walked back into the house. I remember word for word the last thing he said. It's out of my hands now. Just remember you signed an agreement. He then closed the door behind him. The men rushed us to our car and actually waited until we drove off the property.
Damn.
So this meeting, bro.
Now that's a lot for a meeting right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and this person later on, he said, you know, this person actually ended up leaving the music industry after this happened. A few years after this, he ended up leaving the music industry.
Okay.
And he'd say he just, like, you know, over the years he just felt guilty, because he said as he sat back and he watched these plans come to a reality
Over 2 decades.
he sat back and was like, wow, they really pulled it off.
Yeah.
They really pulled this off. He was like, they were told not to sign any more political rappers, any more rappers that had messes in their music.
No positivity.
It was all to be gangster rap music that they promoted and put out.
So if
On social media, you see the term payola circulating on the posts that have to do with artists' chart success. Those that follow accounts like Billboard Chart Data and other similar accounts on Twitter, for instance, have most likely seen the word payola, especially under artists like Cardi B and even Drake. But if you've been seeing this and you don't know the meaning, I'm here to help you out, and I'm going to be explaining why we are now in the era of true payola in the music industry. Payola has been done for decades now, but it has finally transformed to its true final form in this era of music. So payola is the practice of record companies paying commercial radio to broadcast a song as if it were part of their daily routine, and by doing this the song gets considerable airplay without the radio station announcing that the airplay was paid for. Of course, this is illegal, but this hasn't stopped record labels and radio stations from practicing payola. When the practice of payola started, it was just the radio, but with the dawn of the digital era, payola has evolved and is actually all around us today. Recent reports from the IFPI has revealed that music streaming is now nearly 50% of the total global music revenue, and music streaming is where payola has hit the sweet spot. There's even legal payola now on streaming platforms, especially on Spotify, since it's impossible to skip payola songs for freemium users, where in between songs, a song from a different artist is played and classified as paid promotion, but this counts towards the total streams of the song. This legal form of payola is classified as paid advertising, but that's not even the point of this video. The focus here is on the popular playlists on streaming platforms. Top playlists on Spotify with millions of followers like Rap Caviar have the ability to help a song earn a platinum certification in the United States in no time, and even appearing on several smaller playlists over a period of time will also earn a song huge success. With several ways now available to get a song out there, record labels now have it easier than ever to make underhand payments to get the songs out there. Today, it's become considerably easier to earn a platinum certification for a song in the United States, which is why nearly every mid-tier rapper in the United States now has a platinum single, and even some older rappers have finally gotten their names into the RIAA's record after streaming was added. Most recent example is Gucci Mane, and all his certifications as a lead artist came after the streaming era. As the streaming era continues to expand, the payola power is shifting from the radio to streaming services, and this makes it easier than ever to carry out the payola process. For those who have doubts about payola in the first place, Sony BMG, Warner Music Group and Universal Music Group were prosecuted for payola-related crimes in New York, and these conglomerates settled out of court and agreed to pay a combined $27 million between 2005 and 2006.
So we can see here after those few clips the true agenda of how these elites make money through hip-hop. Using artists to be role models for kids to lead them into a life of crime only to profit from those incarcerated. All the time you see rappers starting their own record labels and signing other artists. This is all for show to encourage other kids to follow their path of selling out. These artists have zero ownership in these companies and serve nothing more as a figurehead. Let's take a look at a few examples.
Hey, we ain't finna put us to the hood, plan? Alright. So Icy Gang, man, we ain't doing no plan. We a group, we ain't no record label, we a family.
Girl, you see this shit. So I'm gonna need some help putting this.
You see this shit. Dancing.
Thank you.
Dancing. There you go. Hey. Big boy rolling now. Ain't even playing. This my first female artist. Listen, this a girl, man. This ain't even no man, man. This ain't even no man, man. This a girl. Look how a girl kicking it, man. Look at this shit, man. This a girl. This the first 10-17 girl, man. We ain't playing, man. Tell them bitches lay down. They gotta lay down, man.
Ooh, we in there. 10-17. Ooh, show them the rope. You know.
Yeah, man, I just officially started my record label, ODA/Capital Records, and I got my first artist out of Syracuse, New York, Lil Scory, man, just iced them out, and I got the racks for him. We lit as fuck, feel me? Turn up on that, yeah. Yeah, man, I got the racks on me, hold on. Just so you don't edit that cap. Each one of these hold 100. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey yo, man, I'm present my nigga with his paperwork, with his contract, you know what I mean, while we on the motherfucking jet. You know what I mean? My nigga, that shit shot right there. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, welcome my nigga to this motherfucking CMG epic shit. The right way, welcome to this lifestyle. Let them know this paperwork. Niggas word buzz mean more than anything, but you know, we're gonna handle the business professional too at the end of the day.
I'm finna do something real special today. Finna sign my first artist today. Thank you.
Whole lot of racks. Man, look, man, hold on. How did y'all niggas South Memphis, man? You know what I'm saying? We come straight out the tree doing no playing, man. Yeah. I didn't like this. Tell them bitches shut up. You ain't hear none of this. Who came out the police? Y'all talking about the police. Y'all let the police run y'all. This how
That way.
We in the middle of South Memphis.
That way.
I'm signing my first artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting real life right here. I'm signing.
Getting in the hood.
That's all we doing to be?
Yeah.
Hey, you ready to do this shit, you know what I mean? What's up? You ready to do this shit? Good. I mean, say you want a couple hundred. That's what it is. Yeah. Some of this shit from the bank. Some of this shit from, you know. Some of this shit from, you know. It's all there though. We don't count all out. Small, little, big. You know what I mean? It's a little more than 200, but we don't count that make sure. Killers in the balcony, I shoot a nigga after me. My show they on the balcony, the road I got them gasoline. I'm fucking the offbeat, don't worry, I got Saturday beat. These niggas in North Bridge, that shit just bigger. Put a nigga on the shirt, make it wardrobe a gathering. Bitch, you know I'm standing, keep my window for protection. Know I'm stay my hood by myself, they treat me like a rebel. Don't know I'm a sinner, I help you get the heaven. Slow-mo in the club, cause they drank up in my baby. Never read a thug, world folk, we used to spit it. I'm itching, need a tub, percolator, got me sweat. The dispenser in my hood, 30 flavor, this ain't candy. Ain't no fresh as a bitch, ain't like that fat ass nigga, man. For sure, 30 what you working on. I ain't been doing shit, smoking dope, making hits, sliding shit, leak the leak. What goes around, goes around. I gotta feed my kids, I know what goes with this shit. If I had to split this shit, you think you a guy tonight? My nigga come and see, put your ass on the seat.
These artists are complete sellouts. The hip-hop industry pushes stereotypes like a modern-day minstrel show. Bobby Shmurda exhibits the minstrel show to a T, in this clip.
Spain, what up, Cardi? All these social networks and these computers got these niggas walk around like they some shooters. See them in real life, they trying to bust maneuvers. Like pussy took that same shit from your computer. Just put the cash up, they had them boys do it. Call up my broski Junior like Cole like the Judah. So I got to keep this in.
The final part of this video will cover some of the things that happen to artists behind the scenes. We know the elite partake in Freemasonry and other demonic rituals covered in previous videos. To start, here is a quick compilation of rappers admitting they sold their soul.
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
It's a dance with the devil, a mature, real wrestle. It's a dance with the devil.
I'm trapped, if I can go back, I never would've rapped. I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back. I just wanna leave.
Do you record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a happy
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
I never listened to Nicki Minaj, so that's no loss. So she worships the devil, I heard anyway, so.
And boy, I got you. Hey, guessing that I'm making deals with the devil, and I know it's gonna get me in trouble. I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it. At least I'm being honest. I know that this is my fault. I should have been more careful.
The devil's got them to me. The business. Baby, come back to me. Die for you, die for you. I sell my soul to the devil.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Keep on dancing with the devil. You and I made a deal. I was young and she got real. We've been through hell and back. Oh, he's got my mind. He's got my soul. Mama.
Selling my soul for material wishes, fast cars and bitches, and my cola just I sold my soul.
Dear God, I wonder can you save me? I can't die, my boo-boo's about to have my baby. I think it's too late for praying. Hold up, her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying,
bring your lifestyle to me, I make it better.
And how long will I live?
Eternal life and forever.
Or will I be the G that
I make your life better than you can imagine or even dreamed of. So relax your soul.
My eyes are closed.
I met the devil in God's country, and it's not so much who, it's what what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil.
And I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, kind of bastardized, like whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
In a field like hip hop, which is very, very
It's
homophobic.
cool. It's the greatest. It's the greatest gay market in the world.
Do you think that there'll ever be an out of the closet gay rapper?
Owned. The hip hop community is most likely owned by gay. To be honest with
But do you think there'll be an
they're
out
owned
of the
by gay.
closet?
I happen to think there's a gay mafia in hip hop.
Niggas in Hollywood just do the drugs right in front of you and act like ain't shit happened. You in the middle of a goddamn meeting. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the movie with you, and then we're gonna go back.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you? Nigga, you right there. It's on your nose, nigga. What?
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never fucking expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited than a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. Nigga, come here, come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas Professor Obi?
They fucking niggas around out here. Y'all, they are fucking niggas around. They giving niggas some shit, it ain't even what you think. You fuck around, wake up tomorrow shit, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the fuck you just done did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker meat pistol fucked up and your ass hurting. You don't know what the fuck to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga wanna sign you for 5 years, you like, nah, dawg. So you don't wanna sign with us? Nah, not for no, nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You sitting that motherfucker like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what the fuck? That's what happened. You got fucked. What you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm gonna tell y'all like this. These niggas that you see constantly high, they're not getting high because they like to get high. They're getting high because they know what they done. And they can't live with that shit for real. So, I'm telling y'all this from me. This is some real shit. This real shit I'm telling y'all. This real shit. So when niggas tell you, man, oh man, I got fucked around with my contract. No, they ain't talking about paperwork. These niggas got fucked around for real. So I'm just telling y'all, shit that y'all might be hearing for y'allself, man, this shit ain't no lie, this shit real talk. I can say this shit because I'm a real nigga. Some of these motherfuckers can't say this shit because they already know about that goddamn tape. They on that tape. So they can't say shit about that shit. But I mean, they proud niggas' weaknesses because niggas be so fucking happy they about to sign some shit. Now they done told you come to a fucking mansion party. You gonna turn down shit because you gonna feel like this is my family, I'm with these niggas now. You smoking on some shit or you done, man, drunk some shit, nigga, you done forgot everything. Just like this fucking camera on right now. You don't know what the fuck done went on until they show you that goddamn tape. You gonna sign. You gonna sign. This is a shiesty, devilish game. And if you don't have no knowledge, you gonna set yourself up to be fucked around. So believe me, instead of trying to get to the A&R to get your fucking music together, you better make sure your ass ready. You better go at that nigga but have another blueprint in your head to be already ready what the fuck is next. Cause half these niggas you think niggas ain't niggas. These niggas is plastic pimps, rubber gangsters. And half of them like that dick. This some real hardcore shit I'm telling y'all in here. Some real raw shit. If y'all gonna get in this industry, man, make sure you be right.
Now remember, next month, it's July. All the big-time constituents of Black Entertainment will meet in Atlanta. Man, it's going to be some freaky things going on in that month. They're going to put on their Pandora box. And what I mean by that, they're going to allow them, you'll never see this face value because it's strictly for the movers and shakers. your Tyler Perrys, your Eddie Murphys. You know, I kid you not, man. This really goes on. Your P. Diddy's. You're going to see, you won't see it in the public, but that's what they do in that month. It's a celebration. And then they have newcomers that they bring to the forefront. Who wants to be in the business? Who wants to sell their soul like Nelly? Who wants to be a part of this ritual goddess elite club? They'll take you into Pandora's box and allow them to be dressed up like Eyes Wide Shut, and they're going to be popping dudes in their behind. I kid you not, man. And the women going to get it too. You know, but the women are not going to celebrate with the men. It's a separate entity, but they have women over the women. But then when she want to get really broke in, the men initiate her too. Then you're part of the hood, sisterhood, but that's just the beginning. Because now you got to take it to the next level. They got to teach you the Baphomet. They got to teach you the rituals. They got to teach you all the do's and don'ts. Then you got to sign your name in blood. That's when you're getting ready to make the big money, like Nelly. See, I'm just throwing him under the bus because he's having a difficult time dealing with what he's done. It's too late, man. You done had 10 to 12 years of success. You done had money galore. You done bought $3 to $5 million mansions. You've been balling with Bentleys and all these things. You done popped men in their butt. P. Diddy and Nelly done got it on a few occasions. When you get ready to come in that hip-hop era, Diddy gonna get you. Especially if you think you look like something. He wants some of that booty, man. Those are dudes he's popping. When P. Diddy is on his yacht or whatever he's doing, it'd be smooth-faced dudes with glasses. Now, ask yourself this. Why do these dudes wear dark Gucci shades in the middle of the night? Because the eyes are the window to the soul. They're evil as hell, man. They figure with their glasses on, they can lie to you. You won't see who they really are. That's how they get down. They're sodomites. And they hide it not. You sign with Cash Money, you're going to do the same thing Soulja Boy did. You're going to do the same thing Bow Wow did. You're going to do the same thing that Waka Flocka Flavor did. What did they do after they got signed on these labels? They tattoo their whole body. Why you think they do that, yo? Just to be different? Nah. They did that because they was raped. They get they anal to be in this truth of the music industry, showing their honors to the people that's before them. That's the truth of the industry, that you're willing to take a man's penis in his anal. That's the truth. Okay? And when they did that, they just didn't do it one time. They did multiple times. And the only way they feel like they can get their dignity back is to tattoo their body to make them feel like I still have my manhood. What you think they did to B12, man? BK. They raped them boys, man. They popped them immature. They raped them boys. They literally raped them boys, dude.
I laid there on the floor. Chris was on the bed. Marcus was right there next to me. Once he tried to penetrate me. And then I told him I was bleeding. I said, it hurts. Wow, what the fuck? It hurt, dude. It hurt. It hurt me. I'm a kid. So he was like telling me that it's okay. I was like, okay, it's okay. You put a dick in my booty hole, bro. And fuck me, my nigga. With Chris laying on the bed, watching with the big ass polo, teddy bear, and the big ass pillows on the bed, fucking me, and watching. That shit not cool, bro.
Are you talking about the same room with the burgundy stuff in there?
What?
Was at the time when you was in the room, was the couch like red burgundy, like the burgundy couch? Was it burgundy? No, it was blue.
It was his bedroom.
Chris's room.
I was laying outside the bedroom. I was in Chris's bedroom. He had big ass polo pillows. And he had a polo teddy bear with a polo shirt on the teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was laying out.
Are you talking about did Chris have? Are you talking about that wooden bed Chris had, that real high wooden bed?
Yes, nigga.
Yeah, I know about that bed. Hey, on the side of that bed on the left of it was it that little glass jar with the change in it and the little like futon? Was there a little?
How do you know about that? Because you were younger than me.
Huh?
How do you know about that? I said, how do you know about that? You were younger than me, so how do you know about that?
Quentin, I'm trying to tell you, I walked through the same thing what you walked through. That first time that Marcus ever put his dick in my booty was in that. It was in that room too.
So Marcus fucked you too?
Yeah.
Wow.
That happened like, I believe that happened like twice, like once there and then like one time like in Vegas it was like me, Marcus and Chris, and like that shit.
And I told Taz about the shit, she didn't believe me. And I told her, I said he has a black mole on his left nut.
You talking about Chris's dick?
What?
You talking about Marcus or Chris's dick?
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
I'm talking about Marcus's dick.
Yeah.
There's a black mole on his nut.
Yeah, he's not circumcised, and he's not circumcised either.
I'm not with it. When they, you know what I mean, like what they do is this is what they do, like, and they know what they do with the artists is easy. They send the stylist at them first.
Yeah. Yep.
And if the stylist report back and be like, oh, he ready, then they invite you to the party, and that's when they be like, yo, look, when you go in here, it's gonna be some. You know what I mean? It's a nigga at the door.
Okay, now look, what Ali Vegas is doing to you right now, he's giving you the game of how these niggas be getting turned the fuck out in this.
Yeah, like
they've tried to put this tight ass shirt on you.
That's what they do.
And if you wear the shirt,
they like, oh, he ready.
He with it.
That's you telling them like, yeah, I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party where the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
Whoa!
I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm telling them like, yo, son, like, it's so crazy because I always tell them, like, my cousins would be like, yo, son, like, you that guy, like, why you? I'm like, bro, I don't want it that bad.
So, all right, let's keep it a buck. Did you actually see niggas get twisted to the other side?
You go to that, you go to that party, like, if you ain't turning around and you see everybody, you seeing everybody walk through the joint. I mean, the thuggish niggas. You see them walking, you like, you in the parking lot, like on your way out, like, yo, son, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, I know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yo, nah, that's just some wild shit. Nah.
You know
I'm just gonna go check it out.
That's like what I'm trying to tell you was like, we coming down the hill, like yo, bro, like, yo, this is facts. Like, then next thing you know, you get invited to the party where the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
He told me more details about that Hollywood party he attended with his wife last year, and his allegation that one of the movie industry's most powerful agents at William Morris Endeavor, Adam Bennett, groped him.
He takes his right hand and under mine and immediately grabs my genitals. I slap his hand away, push him back more forcefully.
He says that he immediately told the honored guest of the evening, Adam Sandler, and then he left with his wife. Cruz says Bennett called him the next morning.
I get a call. Here, it's him on the line. I'm sorry. I was drunk. I wasn't myself that night.
Did you feel like it was sincere?
No. It's like when people are sorry because they got caught.
You know, people, I won't even say a group. It's the only reason two men can really call themselves friends or partners or homies. Can't start with lies. They can't build on lies. And you know what I'm saying? When it's all over, you know what I'm saying? Can't be no lies a part of it. Everything between me and him, regardless of how we may deal with everybody else, I'm 100 with him. He 100 with me. That's the only way we gonna make it. And from the beginning, it's always been we. Ain't never been.
And watch this, Bun. I'm gonna say this too. These niggas out there think this shit is cool, but it ain't cool. Me and this man ain't never been butt naked in no room together with no hoes, pulling no orgy type shit or doing none of that whole ass shit you niggas out there be doing, thinking you doing some fly shit. Nigga, if you in a room naked with some other niggas and some broads, them niggas looking at your ass. And if that shit is gay, and you need to get on some other shit. Me and this man got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never pulling no train. We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting this paper. You know what I'm talking about? And I had to put that out there, bun, because a lot of niggas doing a lot of fugazi shit out here, man. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, they flip-floppy, they pitching and they catching with these boys, and they doing all this. So, and if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and acting like a straight-up G, and then you get over here and you letting these boys bust up your back. Because, you know, it gonna come to the light. And yeah, I want to put that out there, man. This man ain't never seen me naked. I ain't never seen him naked. We don't desire to do no shit like that. We ain't going out like that. And we were wild young teenagers. And when
we before that X, you know, that X, a lot of that shit fucking with a lot of these boys' heads. I don't know. Maybe they're using X as an excuse to open them doors that they really want to open. You know what I'm saying?
Where's Wheelock?
But, you know.
Wheelock type nigga I am, right? These niggas right here been bucking with me all night. I want y'all to come up here and fuck with me. Come on, let them niggas y'all up three, y'all four, right? Yeah, all y'all come up here and fuck with a nigga. It's cool like that. You heard me? What's up? Trevor, what's wrong with her?
Come on, you wanna come up here?
Fuck that. What
You wanna come up here? You gonna shake it?
Look.
Come on, get out right here. Duck A, get out right there.
It's cool. I can take two of y'all.
Get out right there.
You and you. Come on, y'all come up
y'all
here.
Bullshit.
Get them up here. They been bucking with a nigga all night. I fuck with niggas too.
Don't fuck with me. I'll make the whole crowd with your ass. Who won't make some money? Which one of these women won't make some money?
Yeah, that's cool. That's it. I need one more. Him too. Yeah.
I want y'all to beat this hoe up for
him
me.
Too. That's it. And my dude right there, dog. Say, Ducky, and dude right there with the blue hat on.
Wait, man, we need some more chicks up here. What the fuck is going on? Say, man.
What's out, Warden?
We need some more chicks, man.
On my motherfucking rich gang and shit. And you niggas keep trying to test me. Y'all keep trying to test me. Keep trying to see if I'm under the five and shit. But anyway, y'all was on Media Takeout on World Star and shit. And yeah, Birdman fucked me. He fucked me in the ass for the deal. I'm gonna be real. Birdman fucked me for the deal, man. I suck Birdman.
Yeah, now first of all, listen.
Look,
this is a fact. I'm telling you for a fact. No, I'm just listen. First of all, no. They got rituals on to see. You got the right ones.
I don't know about rituals.
I never sold myself.
See,
I never did no gay shit. So I don't feel uncomfortable saying about it. What I told you, the devil's job is to take as many souls as possible. The music industry is satanic. When I say it's still the same gatekeepers, what I mean by that, it's a company called Vivendi. Period. Vivendi. Y'all can Google that. Vivendi owns Viacom. It's umbrella companies. This motherfuckers, this shit don't change, right? That's one. Two, with the music business, once they see you got potential to be influential over the masses, like we said earlier, you said a fan look at you and be like, yo, you motivate me. You motivate me. I motivate people that fuck with my music. So you're like, yeah, we want him, we want Mav, we want him, we want Smart, right? So now they want you to push this evil shit. Now you thinking like, alright, fuck it, it's lit. I'm trying to get on. They throw money at you because you know we be real niggas. So from the rip, you be like, alright, this is cool. Then you start seeing the funny shit. And then you see other niggas, not saying you, let's just say it's another nigga, another rapper, right? So I'm a rapper, not you. It's another rapper. And you think this nigga's official. So we come in together, we like, yo, this shit, you start seeing this nigga get less and less official. Now he doing a photo shoot. Now the stylist is playing with his balls on the photo shoot. You're gonna size like this. And you're like, hold up. All right, my nigga, I ain't with that, bro. You heard? So now once they see, it's like hazing. In order for you to get to the next level.
Did you see a stylist play with somebody's
Yes, the fuck I did.
ball?
Yes, the fuck I did.
Okay.
Yes, the fuck I did.
So there's a two.
Yes, I did, bro.
This